What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back here to another day here in the parks. And today we are going to be in Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's been a couple days since we've been here, a couple weeks. And today we're going to talk about, honestly, the last couple videos I've had, let's be honest, they've been a little bit negative. And this is something that I think is a good cleanser because this is something I'm definitely more optimistic about. And I'm still disappointed because I really love Dino Land. I love Dinosaur the attraction. It was definitely in my top five for attractions in Walt Disney World. But I understand this sentiment. I understand why they're closing it. I understand why they're doing everything that they are doing with it. And to be honest with you, this is one of the few projects I'm actually optimistic at what's replacing it. So if you're not really sure of the exact scenario, so Dino Land opened with Animal Kingdom, and I've done two entire videos on kind of dinosaur closing, the entire Dino Land. We've talked about that ad infinitum here on the channel. But what I want to talk about today is more what's coming. And we've gotten more details and kind of the layout of the construction, and there's going to be separate phases to how this area opens and closes because Disney's Animal Kingdom really hurting with attractions now that Dino Triceratops Spin is closed, and Primeval World's been closed for God knows how long now. Like, those attractions have been down, and that's definitely in a park that's really strained for attractions. It does definitely hurt not having them there. But I like the way they're going about this. And basically what they're doing is they close down the basically the Chester and Hester's Dinorama section. They closed off that area. They're going to work on that a little bit, and they're going to need that time because you consider how much they have to change. Like, they're building an entire new show building and dark ride for Encanto, which we're going to get to. That's going to take a couple of years. Like, if they're talking about an opening of 2027, that's 2 years from now. Like, they need to do a lot of work. They got to really get things going over there if they want it to open in 2027. So, if that's what they want to do, we're probably looking at something where you're going to have to do what they're doing, which is opening this in phases. So Dinosaurs open till the end of 2025. And you have to consider that that overlay is for a couple of different reasons. The first is where we just were in the front. It's Tough to Be a Bug is closing in the summer of 2025. Actually, the spring of 2025. So in 2025, you're losing Chester and Hester's Dinorama. This area is already gutted and got a construction wall right where I'm standing. This whole area is gutted. Then you consider that they're closing Tree of Life. So now that's another attraction you're down. You need to keep Dinosaur open until Zootopia, Together, whatever it is, whatever they're calling that Zootopia thing that's taking over the Tree of Life. Okay? So that's going to open. Dinosaur is going to close. Now, at that point, they've already got a decent amount of the work going on for the Encanto section, the Pueblo Esperanza area of this sort of area. And this area will open in 2027. I wouldn't be surprised if Dinosaur's replacement, which is Indiana Jones and that new attraction, it probably will open around the same time because you have to think they're going to basically take out this middle statue here. They're going to take this out. They're going to build a giant temple facade here. And the entire show building, they can leave the actual physical show building and just all the sets and the scenes inside of Dinosaur. Like, obviously you take all this stuff out, which I really do love this area. But they're going to take all this area out, and you're just going to replace it with whatever they're going to make for the Indiana Jones theming. So with that, I am really digging the way they did this. They used swords to make the Triceratops. That is creative. That is impressive. Wow. That is incredible. Um, so anyway, back to what we were talking about. I think this is an area when it's all said and done. 2027 does seem a little bit like it's definitely a very optimistic timeline to say the least, considering how quickly. Let's be honest, how slow some of the recent construction in Disney World has been, but I mean, it is attainable. So you have this whole area closed now. They're working on this. That'll be closing. So this entire area will be closed in 2026. You're gonna have the Zootopia Better Together show that'll be opened. But the way the concept art kind of looks is really intriguing because if we're getting a good look at everything from a map, so obviously we talked about the Indiana Jones attraction. This area here seems like it's basically going to look like Pueblo Esperanza. They're going to have it's going to basically look like a little village here, and this there's going to be like a little overpass here that you can see. That's all going to be right here. So you're going to have that. And then we're going to go in and sort of where the dig site is, this is going to be a carousel, which I'm actually pretty excited for. I think that's going to be a really interesting attraction. They're going to add kind of the replacement to the spinner attraction. I'm okay with that. It looks like they're going to have some sort of fountain type structure here, which I don't know if they're going to use the Triceratops spin. Oh, there's no water in there. Okay, so they're going to be adding some kind of fountain here. The Encanto like gift shop is basically going to be the dinosaur gift shop building. It's basically going to be the same building. So then it kind of comes down to this whole area is going to be the Encanto Dark Ride. And the whole show building is going to be pretty much taking up Primeval World and beyond. So basically, most of the Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama area is going to be pretty much that. So I don't know what's going on. It seems like we're lagging out a little bit. Jeez, that was bad. I apologize for that, guys. I don't know. It is really laggy today. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but I do apologize for that. Um, this is all going to be kind of Encanto, right? Like the whole Chester and if you want an easier way of looking at it, the whole Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama is going to be Encanto theme, even the gift shop. And then you're also going to have a separate area, right? You're going to have where the boneyard is. That's eventually going to be the carousel area. And that's going to have a lot of Pixar characters. Like we saw Kevin from Up is going to be one of the things you can, sit on and ride on the carousel. But there's going to be apparently a lot of other different characters. And I'm okay with that. I don't necessarily know if that's the best place for it. Exactly. I wish Disney would have done similar. I mean, back in the day, there was a concept that Animal Kingdom was going to have a double-decker carousel with a similar concept. That would have been going above and beyond. I think that would have been really cool for them to add. It's something unique, and that would have been the Disney difference. But Legoland actually has that exact carousel, from what I've heard. The exact carousel concept and prototype that ended up going to Legoland, which is kind of interesting. But other than that, I guess I'm okay with it. Like I said, gonna open in 2027. As of now, they're gonna be opening it in different phases. I think as much as I have nostalgia for this whole dinosaur area and the kitschy theming and the roadside attraction theming, I do understand why they're closing it. And I when I go down this area, it is impossible for me to not think of Six Flags Great Adventure. Six Flags Great Adventure has a extraordinary thoroughfare that looks almost exactly like this. And and it gives me it screams those vibes. And in Disney World, that's not really something you want, right? And I know for a long time they've discussed adding some kind of South American theme in Epcot, but this does go along the lines of what they have in Animal Kingdom. You have Africa, you have Asia, and now you're going to have South America, which obviously Disney has a lot of tourism from South America. It makes a lot of sense. So they're able to add Encanto. They're able to add a princess, a pretty popular IP princess in Animal Kingdom, which I know Disney's really been making a push to add more princesses in Hollywood studios, adding more princesses in Animal Kingdom. Like Animal Kingdom's a tough one to add princesses to, but now they've got Moana, they've got Encanto. You can make an argument for either one of those going into Animal Kingdom today. So, is it necessarily what Joe Rohde would have signed off on? I don't think so. And we know that Joe Rohde had a different vision for Animal Kingdom than maybe the direction they're going to start going in. And that's maybe the critique. But in terms of aesthetic, this is a move I'm willing to accept, because guess what? This is a project that I truly believe can be better than what they already have here. And I think as much as it hurts to lose Dinosaur, Dinorama is an eyesore. And for the guest, the average guest that doesn't get it and doesn't know the backstory and the theming behind, you know, what's the restaurant back here? Restaurantosaurus, all of that stuff. Like, if you don't get that theming, it's really hard to understand what it is. And if you don't understand what it is fully, it's really something that probably falls either to the wayside or completely flies over your head and you don't fully get it. So, that's going to do it for today's video. I appreciate you guys joining. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We already did a tour of Dinosaur. We went through the entire attraction. We went through the queue. We did a full experience of Dinosaur, as this is an attraction I really wanted to make sure I documented before it closes. So make sure to check that out. I have a lot of other content here on the channel. If you guys are interested in any of that, make sure to go check it out, because I do put a lot of work into these videos. I take a lot of time planning these videos and making sure I have some of the information to the best of my knowledge that I can. So I really do appreciate it. If I missed anything, let me know down below on this project. I'll probably do videos as we get more updates on timing and things like that of when some of this stuff is going to open. But for now, I think we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.